Hi everyone, welcome back to my weekly update. Today is week 3 on the Fast 800 diet, and I'm going to show you what my progress is this week. So this morning I weighed in at 163.2 pounds, and I also had a blood sugar of 145 milligrams over deciliter. My waist size was 37.0 inches, and my blood pressure medication, I'm only taking it once a day versus 2 times a day now. And also with that 1 time a day, I'm cutting it to half. So it's about a quarter of what I usually take. This week I lost 2.4 pounds, so about 2.5 pounds. I lost ½ an inch on my waist, and my blood sugar was stable at 145 after some struggle. Total of 21 days on the Fast 800 diet, I have lost up to 16 pounds, which is actually, to be exact, I lost 15.8 pounds, but I'll round it up to about 16 pounds. So if you remember, I started this diet at 179 pounds, and now I'm down to 163.2 pounds. Total for the 21 day, I have lost 3.5 inches on my waist on the Fast 800 diet. My waist size was 40 and a half, so 40.5 inches, and now it is down to 37.0 inches. My blood sugar has gone down to almost half of what it was starting. So it was at 340 starting, 340 milligrams, and now it's stable at 145. Well, as stable as I can get it anyway, so 145. So now I'm keeping a count on everything here. I just decided to do this because then every day I can just put it in instead of like having to start a new list. So I'm gonna do like a month. Every day I'll put down my weight, my blood pressure at night, my blood sugar in the morning, fasting and bedtime blood sugar, and then I will also do my waist size. This week I had a bit of a struggle and a bit of a stall because I decided that it was like I think Friday and Saturday, I decided that I wanted to incorporate some Mediterranean food that were yummy, but that had carbs. So the first thing was I added some garbanzo flour to an almond flour and mixed it and made these really delicious almond flour balls, which are kind of like muffins, so savory muffins, and they're only about like a tablespoon or 2 per serving, but maybe I think a tablespoon and a half per serving. But I ate about like 4 or 5 of them, and I ate it around 8 o'clock at night too. And then the next day I did dark chocolate, which was 72%. And the store only had I was looking for 85% chocolate, but they only had 72 or 100%. So I went with the 72% chocolate, and it was so good, but it shot my blood sugar up to about like 193 milligrams over deciliter the next morning, which is really bad. Well, it's not terribly bad, but it's pretty bad, for someone who's been controlling their diabetes and their fasting sugar. So it was really hard trying to get everything back in line, and so I kind of, for those 2 days, I stopped my time restricted eating. Well, actually no, that's not right. I did do my time restricted eating, but I did away with 1 meal a day, and I still kept to 800 calories. So the only thing what I did different was I added some carb, and I ate within a window of a 12-hour window versus just usually I do like a 1 or 2 hour window. And I ate like a little bit like the way I ate like a breakfast, or either breakfast and lunch, or lunch and dinner, and kind of split the 800 calories. But throughout I was consistent with 800 calories. It's just how I did it, and it just didn't work for me. So I'm just not ready for that yet. I want to do that, to try it, to see if I can move on to the 5-2 diet, to phase 2, because I was like, I lost about 1 stone already. I'm feeling good, and I feel like, after this week I can go on to the 5-2 diet, but I want to experiment. And when I did that, it just really, what I learned is that I'm not ready for that yet. I still need to be at phase 1 for some time. I'm thinking at least 8 weeks. So 8 weeks, and then maybe even 12 weeks, I don't know, until I'll try it again, like a little bit of carbs again, like at 8 weeks, I think, and we'll work with that and see if that's something that I can do. And being a diabetic for over 20 years, being insulin dependent, being a type 2 diabetic for over 20 years and being insulin dependent, like 21 days is not going to kick it out of the bucket. It's not going to heal me completely, even if I am fasting for most days. So when I mean fasting, I mean the fasting 1 meal a day, not fasting like water fasting. But anyway, I'm at a point where I know that I need to keep going on phase 1, and sometimes it is hard. It really is hard, actually, when I feel frustrated, when I'm stressed out. Like I'm an emotional eater, so I eat for comfort. And not only that, like I was telling my husband, I was like, I'm really messed up because I'm an emotional eater. I eat when I'm bored, and I eat because I'm greedy. So it's like three strikes against me. So I'm like, if I can fast to 800 calories, you have a pretty good chance of doing it too. The best thing that has helped me so far with all that emotional eating and everything is thinking, like, when I start feeling like I need to eat something, but I know that I've already had my 1 meal a day. I mean, I know it's done already. I've eaten my 800 calories or close to my 800 calories, but I'm feeling like I need to eat something, and then my other big clue is like I need to buy something, right? That is this impulsive thing where you want instant gratification. And usually when that's the case, I stop myself. I'm like, okay, wait. What is going on? And usually I don't even know what's going on. I'm not even processing it. And I think for me, that's the issue. I'm not processing it. So then I have to stop and think about what's bothering me or what's going on in my life and just kind of figure it out and process it. And after I process it, I'm like, oh, okay, I process it, I see it, okay, for what it is, and then I deal with it, and then I go on, and I'm like, all right, okay, fine, and that's how I'm able to go on. And then also for the greediness, when I'm eating my food, I just practice mindfulness. I turn everything off. I don't watch my TV, I don't look at my phone. I just focus in on my food, and I try my best to eat as slowly as I can. I try, because like if you're doing 1 meal a day, you're pretty hungry by that time that your meal comes around. So I do try to be mindful of it, and I try to enjoy the taste. And if I start eating too fast, I'm like, slow down, and enjoy your food. And when you do that, you feel fuller and you feel like more satiated after you finish, and you've had a great experience with food. So just trying to rebuild that relationship with food, a healthy relationship versus, I'm feeling bad, and so you're just wanting to eat, or and you want to eat a lot of it, so you're like binge eating. Just trying to not go there anymore. And that's just how I used to deal with, issues. And then, like I said, I'm super greedy too, so I want lots of it. Even when I'm not binge eating, if I see something like really good, I can't help myself but to eat it. You know how some people are like, oh, I'll just have a bite. No, I was never like that. But now I'm learning that, a bite is better than nothing at all. So I did have a bite of watermelon, fresh watermelon from my garden that I grew. It took me 120 days to grow. And we had our first watermelon, and when we opened it, I was so excited. It was just so beautiful, and I took that bite, and it was so good. It was just like the best tasting watermelon ever, especially because I was practicing mindfulness, but it was just the fruit of my labor. So I don't regret that at all, and I'm okay. And we're human, and so if I decide, like if I make a mistake, like I did this week for eating carbs, the Mediterranean carb with the garbanzo bean, the dark chocolate, then you just, look at what you did and jump right back on the horse and go back to doing what works for you or what worked for you. Watch until next week for week 4 update. I update every Thursday, and I have a video that I'm working on that is about my goals and why it's important that you should make goals for yourself too on your healthy journey. It was great talking to you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.